These are forever foils. The packaging looks like this, but I did pay an extra $5 for this machine bag. Not a machine bag. What are these called? Laundry bags. I have never used one of those. But they do have them at the Dollar Tree for $1.25. You would put your delicates in this. You get 3. I'm gonna try this out. So if you wanted to save the $5, you could just get one from the Dollar Tree or get 3. It's the same thing because the gimmick is these are machine washable. They're just kind of loose in here. Oh, wait a minute. We have a little pamphlet and here's the actual foils. I got a sample pack, so 10 foils for $30. Again, the bag was $5 and shipping was $3.50. I think I was supposed to get 10, but I actually got 12. Love that for me. These are either gonna be really good or annoying, but the idea is they last forever. So you reuse these over and over and over and over again. Now this isn't anything super new. There's a company that I can't think of right now that makes foils that last up to 30 times. It's like a coated foil. There's also these mesh. M-E-C-H-E. I'm Southern, so it's mesh, but I'm sure it's like mache. It's a really thin material. I don't know what this is. You know, something they would wrap a VCR in before you shipped it. Excuse me, I'm showing my age. A DVD player, are we still doing those? Listen, I have a VCR player and I still use it. How else am I gonna watch E.T.? These you can wash, rinse, dry, but these forever foils are apparently for forever. Now we don't really know that. I say we like it's my company. I have no idea. I just found these while scrolling. I should say while I was doing research, these were just created in 2024. So there's really no way to gauge forever. So forever should be used pretty loosely, but she does note that she's been using hers for 1.5 years and they're still working the same pair or same foil. So she's saying you can at least get 1.5 years out of these, which is a really long time. It looks like a standard hair foil. They're tear proof. You cannot rip these any sort of way. They're strong. It says it's constructed with real aluminum foil that is welded to medical grade layers of polymer membrane. Whew, I have no idea. So obviously they're bleach safe, color safe. You can use them for any sort of color application, which we're gonna test out in a minute. You can hand wash these, put them in the washing machine, or even dry them in the dryer. We'll also test that out. The cool thing about these, they are all unique looking. They're like snowflakes. You can see the textured pattern. It says here these are one of a kind because they are hand pressed by machine, each single one. So they will have different textures, widths, cut lines, and then it notes once she's able to scale, she will go into factory production. And it does note it is a little bit different texture to a regular foil, obviously. So these are a little pricey, $35 for just 10, and you would need more than 10 to complete a day of work. Oh, also, before I forget, the shipping time was really slow. And it did note that on the website, just throwing it out there, that it did take 3 weeks for me to get these. And they come in a lot of different colors. They have patterned ones now. You can put your logo, I think, on them. So there's a lot of variations other than these plain ones. Let's try them. We're gonna use X-Mondo color and berry. It's a really dark shade, so we can see if this is gonna stain on the foil. Let's do a thin slice, paint on the foil. And it is really thick, a lot thicker than a traditional foil, which I like. You would just marry these together, and you probably would have to use a clip, a duckbill clip, until you get some weight stacked on top of it. It's gonna have this open unless you crease it. For me, that's not gonna be an issue because I usually use paper, this highlighting paper. It's really similar to wax paper. It does tear, so these are not in any way reusable. It's got a slick side, this is the outer side, and inside has a texture just like paper. And it's gonna absorb some of the color. It has a little grit on it, so it won't slide around. The biggest reason I use paper is because it makes it look super neat. When you're folding them and when they're processing. All you do is fold it once like this. So it looks neat and it's really quick. For foils, the traditional flimsy foil, this is just a personal thing for me. I'm not great at folding foils. It always looks really messy and it bothers me. So the paper is a little bit stiffer and allows it to be a lot neater. So I like that. So I like that this foil is a lot stiffer or more stiff, so it will look neater. That is a large opening compared to the paper. Not necessarily a bad thing. We want hair colors to oxidize, to have air to breathe, to process. But for lighteners, sometimes you may want them completely enclosed, so that way it can work off the heat of the scalp, heat it up almost like a little oven, and it will process better, faster. So you may want to crease it if you're doing lightener. To crease it, or pre-crease it, is that a word, pre-crease? Take your fingernail and do this. I believe you would want to do it before versus after, because if you crease this after, like this, it's gonna push that color up and it may create a blank spot, a tiger stripe here. See how it slightly pushed the color up and down? So you would wanna crease it before to avoid that. Let's try it. I like that it's really thick though, because you don't have to use a color board really. Well, I say that and it's flying everywhere. It's so thick, you don't need a board. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that's better. You could just put a clip to keep those secure or closed if you needed the oven effect. Another way to avoid having that loop or open area without creasing it, you could sandwich them, but you would need a lot of foils. Foil, hair color, and then place the foil on top. If you're someone who likes to fold the foil over the comb, you could take it and create the little lip here. Is that straight? And crease it. And how you get these creases out, it says to use a flat iron. So if you didn't want this anymore, you would flatten it back out with a flat iron. It remembers the movement. And it says to tap it when you're creasing with the flat iron or getting this crease out. Thin slice of hair here, rat tail comb here, there. But really you wouldn't need to do that because the foil is so thick, it's not bending anywhere. I definitely like this way better than the mesh paper though. I used to work for a guy that would make me wash out all his foils. I was his assistant, so I did everything for him that he didn't want to do. And honestly, he didn't want to do much. And he was one of those, if you made his tea wrong, he'd start yelling at you, you know? It's just a tea bag. Anyway, God bless him. He taught me a lot, but he would make me rinse his foils out and not to recycle them, because to recycle hair foils, you have to clean them first. He would reuse them. So I would wash his foils, clothespin them, let them dry, and he would use them on someone else. By the third time, they were looking like this on the person, and he would look them dead in the eye. That will be $500. $500? You used trash on my head. But they didn't care. You know, if you got a good personality, you can get away with some stuff. My first impressions, I'm gonna try to incorporate these. I'll be honest, it's gonna take me a little getting used to, and I'm gonna need more than 10. I can definitely see myself using them for low lights, thicker, chunkier work, but for very thin, precise hair coloring, I'm gonna have to stick to the paper or traditional foils for a while until I get the hang of it. But it does say on this paper somewhere that you're gonna have to be patient or something, because it is different. But if you think about the impact that you will be making, it is probably worth it. I did a quick Google search. Where is it? And it says North American salons discarded over 110,000 pounds of metal, mostly foil, daily, totaling millions of pounds yearly. So that's discarded in the trash, no recycling. So even if I switch just to the darker colors, low lights, chunkier styles, it's still making a small impact, and I'll be saving money, which I love that. Let's take these out and test them for the cleaning. And it says that these foils do not affect processing time. You can put heat, whatever you want on them. It's just like regular foils, so it doesn't alter anything. And I've actually got several in the sink because, lucky for me, I filmed this and the camera wasn't even on. So I've already done this once. We're on round 2. Before you put them in the washing machine, you rinse them off, or you can just wash them here. You don't have to put them in the washing machine. But if you do put them in the wash, you put them in your delicate bag, this bag or the Dollar Tree one, with your towels and your capes. I was hoping the color would just slide off, but because it has a texture, which isn't a bad thing, it helps the color stay on here, gives it a little grit. You gotta scrub these. So this is gonna be a little annoying to get used to at first. This is an extra step I'm not used to taking. I'm just gonna wash mine with some shampoo that I hate to save the washing machine step. I don't know, do you put them in a delicate bag in the dryer too? It says you don't even really need this, honestly. It just helps keep them together. So I think I'm just gonna throw them loosely in the dryer, but you could hand dry these or do a little clothespin, hang dry them. They're water repellent, so they're not going crazy. And it says in less than 10 minutes, they'll be dry. They are mostly dry. I guess I should have left them in a little bit longer or put an actual towel. This is a microfiber towel. English is hard, but you could just wipe it off if you were in a hurry between clients and you didn't have time to put your foils in the drying machine. You can just hand dry them, and they look the same. And it says they do loosen up over time or become more pliable, which would be nice because they are a little stiff, but you can't have it all. It can't be exactly like regular foil and last thousands and thousands of times. I think this is actually really cool. I'm not going to use it all the time. I'm going to gradually start incorporating these. Like I mentioned, for the low lights, chunkier looks, it really doesn't take that much longer, not as long as I thought it was going to take to wash and dry these. You've got to factor in, I have to pay for the dryer here and then the electricity. I don't know, I'd have to do the math. Math is not my thing. It's kind of like the electric car theory. We're saving the planet with electric cars, but then we have the batteries, the huge batteries that are just going to end up in a landfill somewhere. Either way, there's going to be a problem. Just which way do you want to look at it? But I think using these is the lesser of the evil. Certainly, you're going to waste so much less. I'll keep you updated as I use these, but so far I like them. I'll put the link below. Forever Foil by Anastasia. Am I saying that right? Anastasia Kim. Go Kim. But yeah, I love it. I think it's a great idea. And to be handmade, hand pressed, hand cut, creating, pressing, cutting, shipping, social media, doing it all. I think she's doing a fantastic job.